Claire thought her daughter's wedding would be the happiest day of her life, but when she walked into the church and saw the groom's father, her world stopped. It was James, the man who had broken her heart 20 years ago and disappeared without a word. Now he was about to become her daughter's father-in-law. What neither of them knew was that their children had fallen in love, bringing them face to face with a past they thought was buried forever. Claire Anderson looked at her reflection in the mirror as she made the final adjustments to her daughter Emma's wedding dress. She was 42 years old and still beautiful, but her face bore the marks of years, especially the marks of raising a child alone. "Mom, you look very beautiful," Emma said, coming to her mother's side. "You look happy because of this wedding, too." Claire smiled. Emma was right. Her daughter's wedding really made her happy, especially after seeing how much Emma loved Michael. "I'm already happy, sweetheart. Seeing you happy makes me happy." Emma hugged her mother. "Mom, you made so many sacrifices. You raised me alone without a father. This wedding is your reward, too." Claire's heart tightened. Emma's father, even thinking about this subject, was painful. 20 years had passed, but she still felt pain when she thought of James. "Sweetheart, that's in the past. Today is about you and your future." Emma asked curiously, "Mom, do you ever miss my father?" Claire hesitated. "Not him, but sometimes I feel sad that you couldn't have a father. But I grew up very happy. You were both mother and father." When the wedding morning came, Claire was very excited. Emma looked very beautiful, and Michael was really a good young man. Claire had loved him very much. "What are Michael's family like?" Emma asked while getting ready. "Michael is a very good boy. His family must be like that too. I've never seen his father before. Michael always talks about his mother." Claire thought, maybe his father works a lot. Businessmen are usually like that. On the way to the church, Claire was very nervous. Wedding organization was a big responsibility, but everything was ready. When they arrived at the church, Emma's bridesmaid ran to Claire. "Aunt Claire, there's a problem with the groom's side. The groom's father is going to be late. He's stuck in traffic." Claire was relieved. "No problem. Michael is already very nervous. His father being late would stress him out." "No, he just arrived. He's getting out of the car." Claire automatically looked back, and her world stopped. The man getting out of the car was James Mitchell. 20 years had passed, but it was impossible not to recognize him. He had aged a little, his hair had turned gray, but it was James, her first love, the man who broke her heart, Emma's father. Claire's breath caught. Her legs were shaking, her heart was beating wildly. This can't be possible," she whispered. "Aunt Claire, are you okay? You look very pale." Claire pulled herself together. "I'm fine, just excited." But she wasn't fine. James was Michael's father. This was the man who was going to be Emma's father-in-law. And James didn't know that Emma was actually his daughter. As James approached the church, he saw Claire. He looked at her for a few seconds, seemed to recognize her, but then shook his head. 20 years had passed. He hadn't recognized her. Claire quickly entered the church. She couldn't breathe. This couldn't be a coincidence. James's son was marrying Emma. "Mom, are you okay?" Emma asked. "You look very nervous." "I'm fine, sweetheart." Wedding excitement. But Claire wasn't fine at all. Running into James after 20 years, especially at her daughter's wedding, was a huge shock. The ceremony began. Emma looked very beautiful. Michael was also very handsome. They were a perfect couple, but Claire was only looking at James. James also seemed focused on the ceremony. He still seemed not to have recognized her. The priest made his speech. "Dear guests, we are here today to unite Emma and Michael in marriage." Claire tried to hold back her tears. It was normal for her to cry at her daughter's wedding, but these tears were different. Emma and Michael made their vows. As Claire watched them, she saw how proud James was. He loved his son very much. "Since Emma doesn't have a father, her mother, Claire, will give her away," the priest said. Claire stood up and went to Emma's side. She took Emma's hand and gave it to Michael. "Be happy with my daughter," she said to Michael. Michael smiled. "I promise." But Claire's mind was only on James. He was standing there too, watching his son. The ceremony ended. Everyone started celebrating. Claire tried to stay away from James as much as possible, but during the photo shoot it became inevitable. "Everyone come together for the family photo," the photographer said. Claire and James stood behind Emma and Michael. For the first time in 20 years, they were side by side. James turned to Claire. "Excuse me, do we know each other? You seem very familiar." Claire's heart stopped. I'm Claire, Emma's mother." James thought, "Claire? This name is very familiar, but I don't know where I remember it from. Maybe it's a coincidence." The photo shoot ended, but James kept looking at Claire. During the reception, Michael approached Claire. "Mom, Claire, my father wants to meet you. He found you very familiar." Claire panicked. "I'm not available right now, maybe later." "But my father insists. He wants to ask you something." Claire realized she couldn't escape. She had to face James. James approached her. "Claire, excuse me, but I definitely know you. I don't know where I remember you from, but maybe you're mistaken." James shook his head. "No, I'm sure. Your voice, your smile, everything is familiar." Claire couldn't stand it. "James, I'm Claire Anderson. I used to be Claire Miller." James's face changed. "Claire Miller? No, this can't be possible." "It's possible." James stepped back. But you, 20 years ago. 20 years ago you left me." James was surprised. "I didn't leave you. You left me." "I left you?" "James, you disappeared that night." "Which night?" Claire's eyes filled with tears. "The night I told you I was pregnant." James froze. "Pregnant? You didn't tell me you were pregnant." "I did, and you panicked and left. You never came back." James was confused. I don't remember. I was very drunk that night. My father had died. I was very bad." "Yes, it was after your father's funeral. I was trying to support you. Then I told you I was pregnant and you left." James sat down. Did I really leave?" "Yes, and you never came back. I called you, went to your house. Nobody knew where you were." James put his head in his hands. "I was very confused during that period. My father's death affected me a lot. I had started drinking. I was in a difficult situation, James. I was pregnant and alone." "What happened to that baby?" Claire looked at James. "Emma." James's head started spinning. "Emma. So, Emma is your daughter, James." James jumped up. "This is impossible." "It's not impossible. Emma is 20 years old. You disappeared 20 years ago." James stared at Claire. "Emma is my daughter?" "Yes. But she married Michael. Michael is my son." Claire was also shocked. "Michael is your son?" "Yes, from my second wife." Claire's world collapsed. "So Emma and Michael, are they siblings?" "Half-siblings," James said, collapsing. Both were in shock. Their children were each other's siblings and had just gotten married. This is horrible," Claire whispered. "What are we going to do?" James asked. Claire thought, "I don't know. How are we going to tell them?" "Do we have to tell them?" Claire looked at James sternly. "Of course we have to tell them. They're siblings." "But they're very happy. This will destroy them." "James, they're siblings. This is forbidden." James stood up. "Wait, let's think. They love each other. They're very happy. This doesn't matter. They're blood-related siblings, but half-siblings, and they grew up without knowing each other." Claire couldn't believe it. "James, what are you saying? This is very wrong." "I know, but how are we going to tell them? This will destroy them." Claire started crying. "This is all your fault. If you hadn't left that night, you would have known Emma." "Claire, I don't remember what happened that night. I was very drunk." "Do I have to tell you what I remember? You left me." James approached. "Claire, we can't change the past. Now we have to deal with this situation." "How are we going to deal with it? Our children are married." Maybe we don't have to harm them. Nobody has to know." Claire got angry. "James, this is very wrong. They're siblings, but they're happy. This doesn't matter." Just then Emma approached. "Mom, are you okay? You look like you're crying." Claire quickly wiped her tears. "I'm fine, sweetheart. Just tears of happiness." Emma smiled. "Did you meet Uncle James, Michael's father?" "Yes, we met." James forced a smile. "Emma, you became a very beautiful bride." "Thank you. Michael is very lucky to have a good father like you." James's heart broke. He was acting like he had just randomly met his daughter after 20 years. Emma left. Claire and James were alone. "Did you see?" Claire said. "She's so innocent. How are we going to tell her?" "I don't know, Claire. This is very complicated." "James, did you ever tell Michael about Emma asking who her father was?" "No. Michael never talked about his mother. I didn't ask either." Claire thought, "Emma never talked about you because she didn't know your name. I just called you your father. How did this happen? What kind of coincidence is this?" I don't know, James, but it happened. That night, when Claire returned home, she couldn't sleep at all. Having such a big shock in her daughter's life was very painful. The next morning, James called. Claire, I spent the night without sleeping. We need to talk about this situation. James, we have to tell them. But how? This will destroy them. I don't know, but we have to tell them. Claire, please let's wait a bit. Maybe we can find another solution. What solution, James? They're siblings, but they're happy, and nobody knows. Claire got angry. James, this isn't right. You can't think like this. So what do you suggest? Should we go and say, hello, children, you're siblings, your marriage is forbidden? Claire cried, I don't know, James. I don't know. A week passed. Claire and James talked constantly but couldn't find a solution. Emma and Michael returned from their honeymoon. They looked very happy. Mom, the honeymoon was wonderful, Emma said. Michael is a very good husband. Claire's heart tightened. That's good, sweetheart. And Uncle James is a very good father-in-law. I've gotten very used to him. Claire couldn't stand it. Emma, there's something I need to talk to you about. What, Mom? You look very serious. Claire hesitated. Maybe we should talk with you and Michael together. Why? Is there a problem? Maybe we should call Uncle James too. Emma became curious. Mom, you're scaring me. What happened? Claire decided, Emma, sit down. I'm going to tell you something. Emma sat down. I'm listening. Uncle James is your father. Emma froze. What did you say? James is the man who left me 20 years ago, your father. Emma jumped up. This is impossible. It's not impossible. DNA testing could be done, but it's not necessary. He's definitely your father. Emma started crying. But he's Michael's father. Yes, that's why you and Michael are half-siblings. Emma's legs gave out. No, this can't be. Claire hugged her daughter. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Am I married to my brother? Your half-brother. But yes, Emma cried harder. This is so horrible. This is forbidden. I know, sweetheart. Did you tell Michael? Not yet. I wanted to tell you first. Emma stood up. I have to tell him right now. Emma, wait, be prepared. How can I be prepared? Am I going to tell my husband, hello, we're siblings? Emma left the house crying. 2 hours later, Michael called. Mom, Claire, Emma came home very upset. What happened? Michael, can you come too? We need to talk. Emma didn't say anything. She's just crying. Please come, Michael. When Michael came, Emma was still crying. What happened? Michael asked. Claire took a deep breath. Emma's father is James. Michael was surprised. My father? This is impossible. It's not impossible. Emma's father is your father. Michael sat down. So Emma is my sister? Half-sister. Michael froze. Am I married to my sister? Yes. Michael jumped up. This is very wrong. We know. Michael started crying. I love Emma, but she's my sister. Emma was also crying. I love you too, but this is forbidden. They hugged each other and cried. What are we going to do? Michael asked. Claire was sad. I don't know, children. That evening, James came. The four of them sat down and talked. This situation is very difficult, James said, but we have to find a solution. What solution? Emma asked. I'm married to my brother. Maybe nobody has to know, James said. Michael got angry. This is wrong. We're siblings. But you love each other. Emma stood up. This doesn't matter. This is forbidden and very wrong. Claire looked at James. James, the children are right. So what are we going to do? Are they going to divorce? Emma cried, I don't know. I love Michael, but this is very wrong. Michael was also crying. I love you too, but knowing that we're siblings, we can't be married anymore, Emma said. James was sad. I'm so sorry, children. This is my fault. Claire also apologized. I'm sorry too, if I had told you who James was. Emma hugged her mother. This isn't your fault, Mom. You didn't know. Michael also hugged his father, James. Dad, you didn't know either. But what will happen now? James asked. Emma and Michael looked at each other. We'll divorce, Emma said. Michael nodded. We have no other choice. But you love each other. Claire said, Mom, this doesn't matter. We're siblings. This is forbidden. 6 months later, Emma and Michael divorced. It was a very difficult process because they still loved each other. This is very painful, Emma had said. I love him, but knowing he's my brother. Michael felt the same way. Every time I see Emma, my heart aches. But now I look at her as my sister. James and Claire were also very sad. They had ruined their children's happiness. "I wish I hadn't left that night," James had said. "I wish I had told you about Emma," Claire had said. 1 year later, Emma and Michael started to heal. They began to come together as siblings. "We love each other," Emma had said, "but now it's sibling love, not romantic." Michael agreed, "Emma is my sister. I want to protect her." Claire and James also grew closer. After 20 years, they became friends again. "I wish we could change the past," James had said. "We can't change it," Claire had said, "but we can fix the future." 2 years later, Emma met someone else. Michael also started dating another girl. "This is better," Emma had said. "Now I can find real love." Michael was also happy. "Emma will always be my sister, but now we can both love different people." James and Claire also grew closer to each other. After 20 years, they remembered their old love. "We deserve a second chance too," James had said. "Maybe," Claire had said, "but very slowly." 5 years later, Emma and Michael made happy marriages. They both fell in love with different people. Claire and James also got married. After 25 years, they had come together again. "Finally, we're a family," James had said. In an unusual way, but yes, Claire had said. Emma and Michael were now really like siblings. They also had children and were becoming uncles and aunts to each other's children. "Maybe everything happened as it was supposed to," Emma had said. "If I had stayed married to Michael, we would have committed a great sin." "Yes," Michael had said. "Now I have both a sister and real love." James and Claire were also happy. Late, but they had found each other. "Sometimes life leads people to the right place through strange ways," Claire had said. "Yes," James had said. 25 years later, but we're finally together." And Emma and Michael were also happy now as real siblings. Their first marriage had been forbidden, but now they were both married to the right people. Because sometimes the biggest mistakes give birth to the most correct results. And sometimes love comes back in different ways. Not as romantic love, but as family love. Emma and Michael's story was like this. A story that started with forbidden love, but continued with sibling love. And Claire and James's story was also like that. The story of love that reunited after 25 years, because true love waits, and it always comes back. Sometimes very late, but it always comes back. The continuation of Claire and James's story, deciding to marry after 25 years, wasn't easy. Both had changed a lot. "I'm 42 years old now, James," Claire had said. "I was 17 25 years ago. I'm a very different person." "I've changed a lot too, Claire. I'm more mature, more responsible now. But what happened in the past, we can't change the past, but we can build our future." Claire still had questions in her mind. "James, what really happened that night? Why did you leave?" James thought for a long time. "That night we had come from my father's funeral. I was very bad. I had drunk a lot, and when you told me you were pregnant, I panicked." "Why did you panic?" "Because I felt too young. My father had died, university was ending, the future was uncertain, and becoming a father too, it felt too heavy." Claire understood. "You ran away." "Yes, I ran away. My most cowardly moment." "Then where did you go?" "To another city. I found a job, built a new life. I tried to forget you." "Did you forget?" James answered honestly. "Never. I thought about you every day, but I couldn't find the courage to come back." "Why?" "Because I had hurt you so much, and I thought it was too late." Claire closed her eyes. "I waited for you for 5 years, James. 5 years." "I know, and that's my biggest regret." "Then how did you meet Michael's mother?" "James was sad. I met her at work. Linda was a good woman, but because I couldn't forget you, I couldn't give her her due." "Did she know this?" "No, but she felt it. Our marriage was never real love." "What happened?" "Linda left me after 10 years. She said she loved someone else. Actually, she was right. I always loved you." Claire's heart tightened. "I always loved you too, James. That's why I never got married." "Never?" "No, I didn't want to be with anyone who couldn't be a father to Emma." "That's a lot of sacrifice." "It wasn't, because I was waiting for you." James took Claire's hand. "We lost 25 years. But we're here now." Emma and Michael's divorce process had been very difficult. They both still loved each other, but now they knew this love was wrong. "This is very strange," Emma had said to psychologist Dr. Sarah Wilson. "One day he's my husband, the next day he's my brother." "This is a very traumatic situation, Emma. You'll heal over time. But I still love him, even knowing he's my brother." This is normal. Feelings don't change immediately, but over time, it will turn into sibling love. Michael was dealing with the same problem. I don't know how to look at Emma. Was she my wife or is she my sister? Both, the psychologist had said. She was your wife first, now she's your sister. Both are real. But this is very confusing. Time heals everything, Michael. During the divorce case, the lawyer was surprised. This is a very rare situation, learning their siblings afterward. What happens legally? Emma had asked. Your marriage will be considered null and void. It was already a forbidden marriage. What about property? Since you're considered siblings, property will be divided equally, but you don't have much anyway. Emma and Michael's friends were also shocked. This is unbelievable, Emma's closest friend Lisa had said. You looked so happy at your wedding. We were very happy, Emma had said, until we learned we were siblings. How do you feel now? Very strange. I still love him, but differently now, a protective love. Michael's friends were also trying to understand. So your dad is also Emma's dad? Yes. Emma is my half-sister. This is very strange. Didn't you ever suspect? No. Emma always used her mother's surname, and I never mentioned my father's name. So what happens now? I don't know. We'll try to get used to being siblings. Claire and James's reunion wasn't easy either. 25 years was a very long time. You've changed a lot, Claire, James had said. You too. We're more mature now. But are you still the same Claire? The one who loved the same things, dreamed the same dreams? Claire had thought, partly yes, but Emma changed me a lot. Being a mother made me stronger. I changed a lot too. Being Michael's father gave me responsibility. So can we be together now? I don't know, Claire. We can try. Their first date was very tense. After 25 years, they were sitting in a cafe looking at each other. This is very strange, Claire had said. Yes. It's like I both know and don't know you. You still have the same eyes. You too. Still the same smile. But we're old now. James had laughed. I'm 46, you're 42. We're still young. We were very young then, 21 and 17. Yes, we were very foolish. I wasn't foolish. You were scared. James had bowed his head. You're right. I ran away. Their relationship developed slowly. They started meeting once a week. Let's not rush this time, Claire had said. I agree. We waited 25 years. We can wait a little longer. Emma and Michael were also slowly getting used to being siblings. Their first sibling meeting was very strange. Hello, my brother, Emma had said. Hello, Emma. Isn't this very strange? Very strange. You were my husband just last month. Now I'm your brother. Yes. I need to get used to this. They went for coffee together. People were looking at them because they looked so much alike. Everyone thinks we're a couple, Michael had said. We used to be, Emma had said sadly. Now we're siblings. Yes, and this is better. Is it really better? Emma had thought. I don't know, I'm trying to get used to it. After 6 months, Emma and Michael really started to feel like siblings. Now I see you as a protective older brother, Emma had said. I see you as my little sister too. If anyone treats you badly, I'll deal with them. This is nice. I never had a male sibling. I never had a female sibling either. Claire and James's relationship was also developing. After 1 year, they decided to live together. This is a big step, Claire had said. Yes, but I'm ready. Me too. When they started living together, they were very happy. After 25 years apart, they were together again. It's like we never separated, James had said. But we did separate, and we suffered a lot. But we're together now. Yes, and this time you won't run away. James had smiled. I have nowhere to run. You're the love of my life. Emma and Michael were also building their new lives. Emma had started working at an art gallery. I wonder if my interest in art comes from my father, she had asked James. Maybe. I used to paint when I was young too. Really? I never knew. We don't know many things about each other, but we'll learn. Michael had also found a new job. He was working as an architect. I'm also working in a creative job like my father, he had said. This is nice. Maybe genes have an effect. 2 years later, Emma met someone else, a man named David who worked at the art gallery. He's a very good person, she had said to Michael. You'll like him. As long as you're happy, I'm happy too. Isn't it strange? My ex-husband is now looking for a boyfriend from me. Michael had laughed. I'm your older brother now. Your happiness is my business. Emma was very happy with David. This time, it was real love. Do you compare David to Michael? Her friend Lisa had asked. No, because my feelings for Michael are different now. He's my brother. Is it completely over? Yes. Now when I see him, I feel sibling love. Michael also met a girl named Sarah. She was also an architect. Sarah is very beautiful, Emma had said, and she loves you very much. I love her too, but what do you think? I'm your sister. Your happiness makes me happy. How important is it for me to get Emma's approval? Sarah had asked Michael. Very important. She's my sister. I value her opinion. 3 years later, both Emma and Michael got engaged. They had a double engagement party. This is very beautiful, Claire had said. Both of them are happy. Yes, James had said. They finally found the right people. When Emma married David, Michael married Sarah. Both weddings were in the same year. This time it's real love, Emma had said on her wedding day. Yes, Michael had said. We were wrong the first time, but now we found the right one. Claire and James also got married after 4 years. A marriage after 30 years apart. This time it's forever, James had said. Yes, this time you won't run away. I'm not going anywhere. Emma and Michael were also at their wedding. They had finally become a real family. Finally, we're a complete family, Emma had said. Yes, Michael had said. It started strangely but ended beautifully. 5 years later, Emma's first child was born, a girl. They named her Grace. Uncle Michael is very happy, Emma had said to David. He really loves you very much. Yes, the best older brother. Michael also had a son. He named him James after his grandfather. This is very beautiful, James had said. My grandson carries my name. You'll be a good grandfather, Sarah had said. Claire had also become a grandmother. She had 2 grandchildren. Life is so strange, Claire had said. Emma and Michael's children are becoming cousins. Yes, James had said. They were going to be siblings before. Now they're uncle and aunt. This is better. Emma and Michael were now really like siblings. Their children looked very much like each other. Grace and James will grow up like siblings, Emma had said. Yes, just like us as children. But they're real cousins, not complicated like us. 10 years later, Emma and Michael looked back at the past and laughed. Can you believe it, Emma had said. We were once married. Very strange, Michael had said. Now seeing you as my sister feels very normal. To me too. You're my protective older brother. And you're my dear sister. Do you ever regret it? Our first marriage? Michael had thought, no, because it brought us together. Now I have both a sister and real love. I think the same way. Claire and James were also very happy in their 50s. It would have been nicer if we had met when we were young, Claire had said. Maybe, but we weren't that mature then, James had said. You're right, now we understand each other better. And we met thanks to Emma and Michael. Yes, their wedding was fate for us. 15 years later, Emma and Michael's children grew up. Grace was 15, James was 14. Aunt, were you and Uncle Michael really married? Grace had asked one day. Emma had smiled. Yes, but for a very short time. Why did you divorce? Because we learned we were siblings. This is very strange. Yes, very strange, but everything worked out in the end. Did you love my father now? Yes, but sibling love, not romantic. James was also asking his grandfather questions. Grandfather, did you really leave grandmother 30 years ago? James had been ashamed. Yes, my biggest mistake. Why? Because I was young and scared. Are you sorry now? Very sorry, but I finally found her. This is nice. You look very happy. We're very happy. 20 years later, Grace graduated from university. She wanted to become a wedding organizer. Isn't that ironic? Emma had said. Our wedding was a disaster. My daughter is becoming a wedding organizer. Maybe her weddings will be better, Michael had said. James had also become an architect, choosing his father's profession. I'll design good wedding venues, he had said. I can work with Grace. That's a great idea, Michael had said. Grace and James started a business together and became very successful. It had become a family business. 25 years later, Emma and Michael had reached their 50s. They had both become grandparents. Our story is really strange, Emma had said, but a good ending, Michael had said. Yes, everything is fine. Claire and James were also very happy in their 70s. Lovers who reunited after 50 years. We're very lucky, Claire had said. Why? Because we fell in love twice, with the same person. James had smiled. This is really rare. and both times were beautiful. The second time was more beautiful because I'm not afraid of losing anymore. Me neither. Emma and Michael's story had ended like this, a story that started with forbidden love but continued with sibling love. And their children had also grown up as cousins, started a business together, and became very successful. Claire and James's story had also ended like this, the story of lovers who reunited after 50 years. Because true love waits, it always waits. And sometimes the biggest mistakes give birth to the most beautiful results. Sometimes coincidences are fate's plan. This story that started at Emma and Michael's wedding had ended with all four people being happy, because true happiness is lived with the right people. And sometimes the most complex beginnings give birth to the most beautiful endings.